on. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Total Party Chaos. My name is Billy Visna, and you are watching episode, I believe we're on 41. So welcome back to episode 41. And hi, Raiders, welcome. Welcome to the awesome show tonight. Before we begin, we do want to take a moment to just, everyone, you know what, introduce yourselves. We got some faces, we need names to them. So please, and oh, by the way, introduce your characters, and if you could blackmail one person in the party, who would it be?
Hello. My name is Jacob, or JC, and I play Dante Smokespot of the Smokespot family. Fire Genasi, Barbarian, Warlock, Fighter. There's a lot of things in there. And honestly, probably, I think it'd be appropriate to say that we're already in a little bit of a blackmail process here, but I mean, the easiest to make it overt on would be Miss De La Luna. She's the bearer of bad news right now, and bad news makes it really easy to make her feel bad. It's an opportunity.
Using someone's feelings against them?
For blackmail?
Horrible, never. Dante. I'm Haley, and I play Ash Smokespot, Dante's twin sister. We're twins. She's a Warlock Fire Genasi, and if she had to blackmail someone in the group, it would be Doll. She would use the promise that she made to Doll against her to help her with the forest. Maybe add a couple of extra lies, like something bad extra could happen, fire related. And just twist the knife right there at the end. But only in a life or death situation. I want to put that with a caveat.
I was gonna ask, like, is this predetermined? Like, is this the plan?
This is foreshadowing for
this is like
tonight,
down
actually.
the line. What's gonna happen?
No metagaming.
Yeah, true.
No, I'm just
I
joking.
will just keep this in the back of my mind, in the archives.
Currently, there is no triggering moment for this at all. This is just a thought in the back of her head.
Fair enough. Hi everyone, I'm Natalie. I play Doll, the weird flesh amalgamation druid of the group. You know, everyone needs one. On the same line of thinking, I'd probably have to, reciprocate that and blackmail Haley back. Probably more eco-terrorism, if I'm allowed to say that word on Twitch. And there would be corporate sabotage using all things green. Maybe some water, maybe some ice, maybe some glacial exchange.
Plus, you do know Ash's biggest secret.
I do.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Don't finish that question.
Doll knows enough. Doll knows enough.
Yeah, Doll knows enough. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Seth, and I am playing Rotmire Vilebane, the party's Warforged cleric with no enemies. And how dare you ever insinuate that I would ever do anything to harm my best friends? I would throw myself into the mouth of an open and active volcano before I ever thought about harming my best friends.
I don't like that was an option. And we all went for the throat.
Part of me was really hoping you'd say, just kidding, it's Dante, right at the end, but no, you have to be sincere about that. How dare you?
Your character is shining through that lawful good.
Well, I never have anything to top that, so I'm just going to say all my players, always. All right. So, listen, man, you get me every time. I will take it, Rotmire. But, jumping in, I would usually let everybody do the recap. This time I'm going to kind of recap a lot of stuff because a lot of stuff happened last episode leading up into tonight. So, give me 1 second to set it to the right mood. I didn't have the fancy screen this time, so I had to use the grayscale sepia. Just to bear with me. The snap still works. All right. Last time on Total Party Chaos, the group of you made your way back from the Silvervale Gala. One of you, unfortunately, did not make their way out. A lot of conversation was had, a lot of dialogue back and forth. Some of you bared some very intense emotions. Some of you also bared some very intense emotions inside. You all did make your way back to the abandoned clinic. As the group of you made your way back, you entered and had a discussion with Riven. You also, as you were making your way back, looked inside of Riven's satchel before giving it back to him. You found a very strong poison that leaked into the bag. You also found what seemed to be a completed weapon. That weapon was inscribed. I believe the group of you also, and I don't want to correct the notes if I'm mistaken, because I might be wrong on this part, but the group of you also discerned what that inscription was, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe Eliana did. I'm not sure if I wrote it down, though. I wasn't really... Dante was not in the mood to pay attention on that.
Okay, I'll let everybody look through notes as I keep going. Beyond that, Eliana decided that the weapon was too dangerous for everybody. Took the weapon and handed it off to a mysterious person on the other side of a portal. After she handed the weapon off, she had a look of very visible dismay, just for a slight second, and then it disappeared. Doll, after reliving a pretty intense memory, you came out of the memory in tune with the Rosebane. As you look down at your body, the Rosebane, the pink aura of the Rosebane goes all the way through your body and pulses. At the end of the episode, and just to keep... Actually, there is one more mention as well. Rotmeyer, you did also get a message from the Rakshasa letting you know. I believe he called you a trash can, if I'm not mistaken, through a message mentally. Beyond that, you all were very suspicious of the Planar Vanguards because of that weapon. You were worried that that weapon would go into the wrong hands. Beyond that, the only other thing was Dante went to the roof, got a call from Orifal, was told that back in episode 19 or 20, please go back and check it out, you broke the pact that was given in episode 1. Orifal gave you direct instructions that because of the actions you all took, he no longer wanted to support you. As you threw the crystal off the roof, you heard one transmission that buzzed in and buzzed out, and it sounded like Honori Nova letting you know that she had Ash and she was on her way out of the Silvervale Gala. That transmission was cut off a bit, so it was very hard to understand, but she also mentioned that she was acting weird. We're going to pick up directly from that. After we check out tonight's sponsor, let's get out of the gray. Let's go back to actually beautiful, not gray. There we go, purple. I think whatever not colorblind people see, because I can't see it. Cool. All right, going on to our sponsor for tonight, the greatest company that has awesome hats that I wear almost all the time. I'll let somebody else say it. I'm pretty sure. Chaotic adventurers. Your journey doesn't just end at the table, it's a lifestyle. And whether you're delving into dungeons, exploring the unknown, or just kicking back at the tavern for a nice cold glass of steed milk, Into the AM has the gear to match your vibe. With epic designs, premium comfort, and the styles that fit every class, their apparel is perfect for any quest, on or off the battlefield. So if you're ready to level up your wardrobe, use our code on their website for 10% off your next order. Get a beautiful hat, just like this beautiful guy right here. I might be a little biased. Sorry, he is, wow. Alrighty. Well, all that, oh, look at those beautiful shades, listen. All that being said, please pick up those smut books. Save your swamps, and it's time for another episode of Total Party Chaos. Mother fudgin' transition. Baby!
Did we figure out where that static was coming from?
I don't hear it now. Everybody sounds great.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Picking up. We are going to do a very quick recap of what happened on the top floor of the Silvervale Gala. From everyone else's perspective, a lot happened on the first floor as the group of you discovered the Doctor defeated the Doctor. Eliana ran into Brooke Grandwave. You all escaped and made it back out of that vicinity, and then technically out of the Lumina Quarter. But what was going on upstairs was, Ash, you were making your way out of the room after you seen Brooke Grandwave. You seen Jolterion on the big crystal screen. You also seen the Rakshasa, which now you all know is Nishkalan. As you made your way back, you made your way into the twins' room, the twins that were playing on the stage downstairs. As you entered, things changed just a tad, and let me actually get the right. Hold on. I need, like, happy fast. Ah, there we go. It's a lot happier and faster. Okay. Going back in, as you broke into the room to escape getting caught, you were safe. For a time being, you were completely fine. Commotion on the bottom floor sent everybody into a panic. As you're inside the room where the twins were staying in their suite, you hear around you as doors started to bust open one by one. You had a plan. You had a way out. As you go to zip outside of the window, something is stopping you. You can't feel it, you can't grasp it, but you go to push at the window and it almost feels like there's a barrier on the window, as you can't actually push past this open gap in front of you. As the door kicks open, two synth-phalons that look like experiments with spindly legs, 6 of them on each side, with a torso up of a synth-phalan peacekeeper. As it enters the room, you see as the eyes like fluctuate different colors, and they're kind of just like making noises. You hear like garbled common coming out of them, but it kind of like falls back into this gargling almost as they walk in on both sides of you. You feel what seems to be like a barrier, and then behind both of them stands Voltark. As Voltark picks up what seems to be like a crystal on his belt, picks it up and says, "Found the intruder." The next few minutes are a blur. You remember spellcasting, going back and forth, fighting between the synth-phalan, between Voltark. Every time you tried to make your way to the window, you felt like something was stopping you. You just couldn't break it. Even trying dispelling it, anything. Like, you could not get past this barrier that's set in front of you.
I actually don't have any spell slots left anyway, so I was only using cantrips, so I couldn't do anything else other than cantrips.
Okay.
Which, they're still powerful, but I don't have any, like, all my spells are, like, utility spells, like my Dimension and my Disappearing and all of those other things, so...
Lines up perfect. As you're trying your best to make it through with cantrips, it just, nothing is working. A blur takes place in front of you as, like, you seem to lose conscious for a second. You bring it back. As you, like, look in your hands, you're sitting on the front, on the ground in front of you, the two synth-phalan closing in. Your book is missing from your hands. You see as Voltark stands, he flips through it. He gives this real, like, broken smirk as he shuts it and says, "Finish it." You still maintain your disguised self right now. They don't know you as Ash. You just are the intruder that broke in. As they make their
He
way...
would know I'm Ash with the book.
He doesn't at least address you by it, so you're not sure. As he
Okay.
shuts it
Alright.
and walks out. As the synth Phelan both start to close in, a blinding light just hits the middle of the room. Before you get a chance to react, a hand comes from this blinding light in front of you. As the hand, give it a little bit of a description. The hand that you see in front of you. Oh, there we go. The hand in front of you is what seems to be like a golden arm with like blue veins kind of going through, as it seems to kind of wrap like in between the breaks between the fingers. You see as like this golden like aura is coming off of it. It's not heavenly, but to you it seems heavenly. This hand kind of reaches out towards you, and it like just like almost beckons to you. But it doesn't feel like it's trying to pull you in, it just feels like it's there for a moment of comfort.
I have got like Ash has got a very steel face on right now. She's trying not to like she tried to make sure what was his name?
Voltark?
Voltark. I was like, why can't the words in right? Voltark, given any satisfaction that I was, even though I'm guessing I'm missing a lot of hit points, and I've got not a lot left in me, that immediately drops as I see that they're surrounding me with what I believe is the end of my life in front of me. I want to try and reach for the hand. I want to try and look for the face. I want to see it one more time before the end.
As a face appears, you see what can only be described as a silver-haired air genasi with markings. One marking on her forehead. It's kind of like a little dot with like a little arc above it. And slight swirls on her face as her pale cheeks and her pale eyes peer through the portal. She goes, you see her long silver hair like tied into what seems to be like a long ponytail that kind of goes all the way down to what seems to be her waist, from at least where you can see it, because you can't see her torso at the second. She goes, my Ember. She leans forward and goes, my Ember. And she just smiles at you with big pale eyes.
My wind. My wind. And I will lean forward trying to grab at the figure. Are they still, I'm guessing, closing around me? Has time frozen? What's happening?
Everything is slow. Like, everything around you is just very slow as this is happening.
Are you really here? Or is this my imagination?
She takes a full step out of this like blinding light, and you see the entire body seems to be around the same height as you.
And what a body.
Smoking just the day you left her. She is pale skin, blue tats, rocking. She is here. And she has what seems to be this like real faint energy, but almost like a spark. Like she is just ecstatic to see you as she fully jumps out of this half, like maybe a portal, maybe something different. You're not sure, but she pops out, and this seems like something she would do. It's in her nature to just be spontaneous, as she pops out and goes, oh, dear, what did you want this to be? And she takes a step forward to you.
How are you here? What happened? I like look at the. I'm like, let's kill these motherfuckers before they wake up. What's going on?
She doesn't acknowledge anything around. She says,
Oh God.
I'm here because you wanted me to be here. I would never leave your side. You know that. Come on.
You'd take me with you?
To the moon, stars, and the top of Cosmo Terra, and you know that.
This is not real. I'm gonna cry. Then let's go then, right?
She
And I start moving towards the light, I'm guessing, the portal.
She says, the only thing I want to ask before you take another step is, are you ready to go with me? As she caresses your cheek and like turns your face towards her.
Well, if you've escaped, then we could go wherever we want, right? We can tell Dante I'm okay. We can tell the rest. This is all I wanted. This is all I needed. And you start to see as like tear is falling down Ash's cheek, leaving like the trails of the makeup, so it has like red skin. The ash skin underneath, like cleared away from the colored makeup that she was wearing before.
She looks at you and she goes,
staggering on her feet.
You and water just never do mix, does it? And she blows a little breeze as it knocks the tear off your cheek. And she says, where we would go, I don't know the next time you would see everybody, but you'd have me, and you'd have this right here, right now.
Why can't I tell Dante? He needs to know.
My Ember, I don't think there's not time for that, unfortunately. This is a one-way trip. We go now or we don't go.
I don't understand. You're here with me right now. Why isn't it just as simple as that? What happened? How are you here?
You...
Can I do an insight check?
Absolutely.
On there? Oh god. A 7. Mazev!
This is as real as it gets. You have like an inkling that like you're starting to connect the pieces. It does seem very rushed, if that makes sense. Like what is happening right now just seems rushed. But
in this moment, even though I don't have my book, which is my focus, I imagine I still can feel that I have power. Can I like one of my abilities is to resummon the book and create a brand new one. It takes a really long time, so I'm not going to do that. But if I say like began to do the thing, which I'm guessing would feel like magic, can I see that that's happening still? Do I still feel like I have a warlock pact? Do I still feel like...
Right here...
Or am I not feeling any of that?
Right here in the light, you feel whatever connection that you had has been severed. I will say, but you still feel like a magic as you're trying to like bring your book back, but it's not the same feeling. It's a very different feeling.
That did not help at all. I need my teammates. And here's some outside opinions and some help. I'm going to
your boss.
You
take too long and she goes.
Yeah, she's gone. She just gets right back in the light and disappears. You, as you're having this moment, behind you, you hear what seems to be like an angelic voice go, "You could have all this if you just step forward."
A second different voice?
From behind you.
Can I turn around and look?
It is what seems to be like a taller, redheaded, like seems to be elvish. Her ears are pointed to the top. She's a little taller than yourself. She does have like a slight, like almost pale silver skin going all the way down to her feet, kind of similar to your love, but a little different. And she does seem to have
Kinda
like
looks like me.
similar. Her hair is a little bit more curlier, but she is staring at you with what seems to be like these.
Who is this?
No one you recognize.
No, I asked Zeph.
Silly, that's the one that can put us back together.
I thought you could do that.
Not
You can do that. I know you can. That's the plan, right?
Not alone. It's gonna take more than just hear her out. That's all I ask.
Turn to the redhead woman and I say, well, so she leaves from being captured by one person to being captured by another? What is this? What is going on? What are these rules and conditions? What needs to happen? And I don't take a step away from Zeph at all, but I'm like boring my eyes into the face of this elf.
She takes a step towards you. Her being is just hard to explain. It feels like a lot. It feels like you're being like almost bombarded with presence, but it's hard to explain. As she takes a step forward, she says, "My name is Halio, and I am here to offer you a kindness. I don't offer this to everybody, and I don't intervene, ever. I'm intervening now only because maybe a week or two ago, you and your party, you went through a trial that was very heart-wrenching, but you left a very lasting impression on somebody that was down there, somebody that was a very close friend of mine.
Talking about the trial where I had to force one of my closest friends to destroy their home. Is that the trial you're talking about?
That is the trial I'm talking about.
And I impressed someone with that, did I?
Well, you didn't impress. You impressed the person you met after the trial. And they are a very close friend of mine. You all haven't reached out since you left, I believe, but... Anyways.
Does Ash remember who this is, even though Haley doesn't?
You remember having a discussion with a being right outside before Foxmoth left. That being held the line for you guys to basically get you back up to the surface.
So what do you need from me?
I need nothing. There is no strings attached to this deal. I know you're used to people being conniving and having pacts and deals, and this is simply a chance for you to bask in your greatest memories and bask in the things that you once were, and have a moment of peace. Ash smokes pipe.
My memories? Are you telling me that this is just the memory of Zeph?
Could be, or it could be something more. And she walks over, and as you see Zeph look at you, and she goes, we'll be together. And that's what she's trying to say is we'll be. It doesn't matter what form or spirit or anything. We'll be somewhere where, my Ember, it's just me and you. No, the world can't touch us. No one can take us away. No one will judge us. No one will. There's no one else. There's no business. There's no Cosmo Terra. There is no politics to this. It's just us. Here. In a moment.
Ash will put her hand to Zeph's face and give a soft, sweet smile that no one else has ever really received. And she says, "My dearest Wind, there is someone else. There's you. The real you, who is trapped and suffering. Someone I can't leave behind. I hope you understand I want the whole you, not what I've got in my head. So you can step back through that portal, but I'm not coming with you. I'm not leaving my brother behind without any information. I'm really sorry, Palio.
Nobody is.
But if you knew, that's right.
I understand. Nobody has denied my gifts in a very long time. Are you sure this is the decision you want to make, Ash Smokespite?
I do. I can't run away from the problems that I've caused. I need to fix them. All of them. I promised.
I'm gonna give you one last gift. But I'm gonna leave you with something as well. I will not be able to step in a second time. If your fate is here and your fate beseeches you in this moment, you will go to whatever afterlife you believe in. I will not be able to put you in a spot that is similar to this. And I to be honest, I don't know where you'd end up, but I know your choice, and I understand it. And I apologize if my methods came off false. That was not my intention.
High beings are always very fickle with their wishes and wants. I understand you don't quite get it when it comes to things like this. But thank you. I will take my just dessert and deal with what the afterlife is going to give me after I have done my best. Just fix everything I can.
She takes a step towards you and she goes, "Please do not assume that you are the only one that has suffered. I too. I understand the pain you're going through, but maybe it wasn't the best for me to present it in a way that was difficult. I will give you one last thing that you may take or you may leave behind. Would you like to see Zeph currently? You may not interact with her, but you may see where she's at."
Shit. Yes, I do. I can't romanticize the vision I used to have of her. I need to see her now so I can readjust how serious I need to be moving, I think. I don't know. Yes, I want to see her. Show me Zeph.
As she places both of her fingers to your temple, you get like a flood of room where it's dark. Give me just a second to... As your vision starts to like open up into what seems to be kind of a larger circular room, pressed up against the wall, you see as Zeph, and the same description as before, is pinned up against the wall, sitting. You see on one side is the scrapped pieces of food, as you see what seems to be shackles that are held directly to the wall, right by where she's sitting. She looks tired. Her once beautiful hair is kind of just a mess, hanging over the side. Her ponytail is kind of split all the way down the middle. It seems to be 2 strands at the bottom. Whatever glow she had, it seems to be faded, as whatever energy is left in her is just depleted. You see her staring forward. Her pale eyes are just a little bit more pale. You hear like another moment, as like something is entering the room. As you finally get like a full view of her face, she does have like what seems to be a bandage like across one of her eyes, so you can only see the one eye. She goes, "Not again. I can't do this another time. Please stop." And she goes, as whatever energy was in her just gets pulled out. As the visions fade, you're back standing in front of Halio. She goes, "I'm sorry. Sorry you had to see that."
Ash just falls back to her knees, pretty much in the exact same position she was before time stopped. And she just looks at the floor and waits to see what comes next.
Give me 1 second. We pick up.
Was I dead? And then they left because they thought I was dead. And now they're gone. And now I'm alive. And everything's okay. And I'm just safe. And everything's good. And my brother's coming. And my friends are coming. And everything's fine.
Sure, you're going to be fitting that description of she's acting weird and different.
A little crazier. As you are, like, you kind of have this come to moment, you feel like almost what seems to be like a large surge of energy, like energy that is very foreign to you. And like, before you get a chance to react to it, you just feel yourself being pulled, like you're being dragged. And as like you start coming to, you look around you and you just see like trees all over the place, and you see like this sand that is being pulled beneath you as your feet are like dragging through the sand. The purple sand just seems to be kind of like all spread amongst the ground in front of you. As you see what seems to be like a little off in the distance is a small fire at the Silvervale Gala. As you're getting pulled, you realize you have 2 like smaller synth Phelan hands under both arms as you're just being dragged. And she goes, "Can please somebody pick up something?" Oh my god, this is gonna be a mess. And as you turn, you see Honori, like, you start like opening your eyes, and it's Honori Nova pulling you through what seems to be part of the Lumina Quarter. Uh-oh.
I'm muted. I'm so sorry. What are my current? What would you say would my current hit points / anything else going on? I'd be like on minimum.
I would say you're probably 20 is where I would say you're at right now.
Can I walk, or am I catatonic right now?
You are starting to regain your energy. You're starting to regain your stature, but it's a slow kind of pickup.
Cool. I'm going to then just cast Mage Hand, and there's just this like spectral hand that is like lifting part of my dress as the rest of it is as I'm being dragged. So barely doing anything. It's got one boot, and it's just like barely helping. And I look up and try. Can I tell who this is? This is.
You see.
Okay. I'm gonna get her name wrong again, and I feel bad.
You see Nori Nova, but Nori Nova sees like
Nori.
You see the little hand, not even the hand, if invisible or not. She sees like the other side of you getting to pick up, and she goes, "Oh, not a chance, son of a bitch!" And she like throws down and like jumps over and tries to tackle whatever is holding. She is looking worse for wear. Like her hair is very frizzy.
Oh my god. I will try and stand very, very slowly. And I say, it's okay. It's my hand. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, can you walk? And she like tries to like help. Like she puts her arm around your shoulder.
I think I'm okay. We'll see how we go. And I'm gonna cast resistance on Inori as we walk. So in case there's anything that involves a saving throw that I'm ruining because she's carrying me right now, I wanted to have advantage on it. Or at least a straight roll.
She shoulders you and like as you both are like walking through, and she goes, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna take you back to the last place that I know everybody was at. Is it the abandoned clinic? Is that where you're all at right now?" And she just keeps walking with you.
I don't. Where is? I don't know. I think that's where everyone would have gone, but I also don't know about the guard. Yeah, let's head that way.
Yeah.
I think that's not a bad idea. If we can get through the wall, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. And she starts making her way back towards the gate. You exit the trees, but you guys hug the wall as you're getting back to the gate. Hold on, and she says, "I'm gonna sit you down by the side of the gate. I'm gonna get us through. Just give me 1 second, okay?" She walks over, and kind of like takes a peek. She sees one guard as she starts sneaking over to the gate, and she kind of you see her press in on a plate, and then you see her cast something very small as the door seems to press back and start to open up. The guard turns back, and she roll me a perception check.
I was gonna say I would like to ready just Eldritch Blast if this guard notices her and starts to attack. I got a perception. A 9. I'm too fucked right now.
You see her, the one thing you do see is you see her kind of just look a little stressed, and then she holds her hand out, and you see as the peacekeeper turns around and goes, and he just vanishes, just out of nowhere to be seen. Okay.
Go in, Inori. Fall down.
She grabs, okay, let's go. And she kind of grabs under your arm and starts taking you back to the abandoned clinic, as it seems to be a straight shot. Dante, I'd see at this point, you would start to see them walking up, as Inori is under her arm, as you got the call earlier.
Basically, looking over and past them for the first second, just to see if there is anyone behind or watching, and then just quickly moving to cover as much ground to get to Ash as quickly as possible. If I don't see anything that looks like they're following, if I don't see anything that looks like that doesn't look like they're being harried or in any sort of trouble, I'm just going to focus on Ash and getting next to them. If I'm able to do that, Nori's going to feel the weight that she's shouldered from Ash kind of lift off of it as I'm going to basically attempt to just basically pick up and carry Ash myself. Nori's just gonna see me just dead silent, just sprint over to them, and yeah.
Anori.
As soon as. Wait,
No, go ahead. Yeah.
no, you go.
No, you go. Go for it.
I was gonna say, as soon as Ash is being lifted into Dante's arms, she just shuts down immediately. She is no longer fighting. She is just a lump. A lump of flesh. That is it.
The group of you hear guards like starting to kind of come back into the areas and populate again. Anori like quickly looks up and says, "Let's get inside before it gets dangerous out here."
Just nodding with that kind of grunt of affirmation and move to break immediate sightline of the straight shot that they were doing. There's not a question of I'll be able to carry her there. I just don't want to be seen while carrying her there, and kind of trying to go as close to the buildings as possible, knowing that even though that there's a straight shot to the clinic, still getting to the clinic quickly, do not want to be seen, do not want to be noticed, and pausing just to kind of listen for a moment before we actually go into the clinic.
Yeah. Say, as you make your way to the clinic, Dahl, Rotmeyer, where are you guys at inside the clinic right now?
I am a disintegrated puddle under Riven's bed still, I believe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think I was sentry mode outside because it was so cringy listening to Eliana talk to Riven. There's something that was really difficult to listen to. So Rotmeyer's sentry mode, like in the hallway, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, they had like an awkward
Was Riven
conversation.
trying to
Yeah,
hit
they were-
Eliana?
They were having a very like very
And she was
cringy,
trying to,
flirty
like,
sesh.
take advantage of it. Yeah.
Hmm.
This young man who had nothing to lose. I would say Rotmeyer.
and gained nothing.
Except the worst memory he's ever had.
Maybe
Rotmeyer.
learned a lesson though.
Yeah, I went back and watched the episode, and I was like,
remember,
"Damn,
yeah, because he
he's
threw up,
devastated."
threw up like
It hurts.
in the middle
Yeah.
trying to talk to her. Yeah.
Riven.
You got to go back
Trauma.
to high school prom.
He's going through a lot, man. He's a
Isn't he a teenager?
he's like a little above. He's like
No,
roughly
he's a-
above. It's like 20,
Is he-
22.
Are we so like just
He's
got
old
to
enough.
be allowed to drink? Yeah.
He's old enough to send to war.
Well,
Yeah.
that's see the age between sent to war and drinking is very
14.
different here. We gotta establish which barrier we're going to.
He's definitely a little under old enough to drink, but like definitely over 18.
So
Um,
gotcha.
So,
So the
young
age
adult,
where you're
so
trying to get alcohol but can't like actually get it.
lots of Bud Light Platinums for Riven. So,
Wow.
He can
So-
come to Australia.
He's getting his drink on for sure. I would say, Rotmeyer, you notice that everybody, like, besides Doll, Eliana seems to be away at the moment as well. You do get a feeling like the building is just too empty. I'll say, as you're starting to make your patrol, nobody else is in the halls right now, but roll me a perception check.
Yeah, perception.
Boom, 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 boom.
The walls are alive. 22.
22. You feel like there is a presence outside of, like, the two doors, like, directly ahead of you, basically where everyone's been entering from.
I will disengage sentry mode, pack up my arms and legs and stand back up. And, I'm going to take out my little tiger balm just in case, and I'll head to the door.
You gonna open it?
Dante, you hear movement on the other side of the door.
At this point, I mean, I know how to work a door with my hands full, so that's not going to be an issue as I'm preparing to basically take my boot, lift up my knee, and bring it down on the handle to kick the handle down, and then push out with my foot to rocket the door open. That's where we're going.
Rotmeyer, you hear abrupt, like, the door is getting, like, kicked in as the door, like, swings open.
As soon as I see the state of things and I see Ash and Dante, it's like immediately like an episode of ER or Grey's Anatomy or something where, like, get her on a gurney now, bring her into the operating room, and we're just like walking and talking. It's an episode of West Wing.
Both of us just move over to the I'm looking for the first thing that I'm able to lie her down on. She's not gonna need to be, like, sitting on something. It's something for her to lie down on, whether it's a cot in the ward or somewhere else. We're just getting her in, and I'm just assuming Honori is able to keep up pace.
She is.
After
I'd say
the door's been kicked in.
she's right behind you. She shuts the door behind you guys, or helps. And then I would say the closest thing that you know is, like, the infirmary is where Riven's been held up, because that's where all the people that have been injured have been kind of staggered.
We're going to the infirmary.
No, not in there. I heard there's an awkward conversation happening in there.
There's also puke all over the floor.
It was very difficult to listen to, but we don't have a choice. Desperate times.
Okay.
Riven, shut up if you're in here.
You just hear, like, somebody crying in their pillow. Yeah, the door's open.
I close that.
Is Doll just laying in vomit?
No.
Where are you?
I'm-
Yeah.
Where's Doll?
I'm under
bed,
the
right?
bed in a dry
Okay.
area, non-splash
Dry area.
zone.
Underneath is actually technically the safest spot right now. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless,
have
of
a
course, it
storm
was like
for
right
the
on
week.
the edge, and then
It
Unless
was
he
close.
leans
No, it's-
under
it's-
the
it
bed
is
to
only
vomit.
projectile at this point. So
I would say Doll with advantage.
I
Roll
put up
like
my
a
shield.
A dexterity check.
oh, vomit check.
dodge
no.
anything
Oh
falling
my god.
from the bed.
So I'm
as a
dead
puddle.
asleep and can navigate.
Can be vomited
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Alright.
We gotta add that to the sheets now. If you're asleep, you are
Wait, did you
vulnerable
just say
to
you're
being
asleep?
vomited on.
Yeah, I'm taking a long rest.
Oh, okay.
Dirty 20.
Make it with.
I would say the Earth right now tells you to, like, shift like an inch, and you just kind of, like, move slightly.
Okay.
But then you hear, and then that's all you really hear.
I understand
Okay,
that.
I'm back to
I-
sleep.
Why would you keep
I
throwing
moved
up?
to that like curtain that they have on a railing on a rail, and then slide that over. Get Ash on a bed.
Sweating closes you in with Riven.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Fucking not next to him. Not next to Captain Sad.
Like,
Basically
beds down.
although it's been moving very
Me off. Just finish me off if you're gonna put me here.
No. A fate worse than death.
Not
Khaos.
next to
Not
Riven.
fine.
I will
On
move
the-
Riven
on
into
the-
the hallway later, but we don't have time.
No. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
to be joking when you're dying. Basically just gingerly placing her onto the cot and just trying to see what sort of damage Ash has sustained, if she is bleeding, any state of poisoned, any state of what can be done.
You can.
Better make
I'm
that
bleeding for sure.
analysis quick, because I'm about to scream some healing into her.
Nice. Yeah, I'm bloody for sure. And I would say that there's just like weapon marks everywhere from that. Does Voltark do spells?
Voltark is mainly melee, but he has a couple spells, I think, like one or two.
But yeah, either way, it's
Yeah.
like it's weapon damage then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know that
It's-
ash and weapons don't mix.
No.
Alright. Move aside, Dante. And I will grab both sides of the cot in my mitts, and I'll unhinge my jaw, and that sickly green energy kind of flows out, and I will cast Cure Wounds.
More vomit, no!
All the vomiting. My gosh.
You'll get 39 hit points back.
Ooh. Very nice.
That's the good shit.
It's the good vomit.
I'll take another one of those. Okay, she's looking a lot better.
Ash, how are you? Can you hear us?
Sorry. Ailey's. Ooh.
It was like, I got thrown up on.
Yeah, I'm too busy giggling about the other stuff. Ash is not giggling. I can hear you, yes. I'm okay. I got caught. They got me. They got my book. I can't do much else, and I just kind of like, you can tell that she's not only covered in blood but has been crying by the streaks on her face from the makeup.
Dante, if you wish to speak to your sister, I will grab some towels and some water.
Ah,
Are you thirsty?
thank you, Rotmar.
Thank you.
Bow, and I give them some time.
I'm gonna make quick notes in my book.
You don't have your book.
No, I have a different book.
Bet you
I pull out my
mean
second
book.
backup book.
I can't take notes.
I'm sorry.
I am okay. I'm glad you're okay. Everyone make it out all right? Where's Doll? Is Eliana in the room, just like quietly sitting in the corner? Or have they gone?
She is
Posing.
But we know
very
where they are.
focused. She is back, but she is very focused in
Beautiful.
trance, sitting on a bed.
Beautiful, nice, easy peasy. I just wanted to make
She's
sure that everyone. But I can't see Doll.
Dead. No, Doll's hiding under a bed in husk mode.
Okay.
I'm just a dust
He's
bunny
currently
at this
trapped in a moat of
She
Doll.
can't get wet right now, otherwise she'll die. She's surrounded.
Did she make it?
point. Or I'll
Yeah.
turn into one of those, you know, how they had like those sponge dinosaurs that you could like put in
Oh,
water. And they would, like,
but a
float down.
vomit sponge.
Yeah. Chunky.
That's kind of
Yeah.
on brand.
That one, I don't know why, but after all of that, that's what made my stomach do that little like
The dinosaur
churn.
stuff?
I was
Oh,
like,
because you can
oh,
envision
a
it,
sponge
too.
full?
You can envision it too.
Brings me
Yeah.
back to life.
hmm
Or does you too, though. Just different kinds. Ugh. Yeah.
mhm.
Anyways.
No, Ash. Everyone else got out. It shouldn't have been. I should have been getting upstairs. I made the wrong decision. I'm sorry you got.
No. No. You didn't make the wrong decision. You kept everyone safe and you got everyone back. I shouldn't have. Well, it was a bad turn of luck events when I happened to open the one door with everybody that could see me in it. With it, it was just bad timing. And
I should be there for the bad timing, Ash. That's not the point. I didn't keep everyone because they got you, and that's not supposed to happen.
Well, you got me now, and I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
Well, hopefully this can help you be a little bit more okay. Take the book out and gonna set it next to you.
Oh, I immediately take hold of the book, flip into some like really old pages where you can see sketches, but she isn't showing you what they're of. And she kind of like sits with her knees like almost to her chest with the book, and she's kind of just like patting the page.
He doesn't try to look. This is all.
Do you need to rest too?
No, I'm fine. There's nothing needs to happen. I got out of my fight scot-free. And got the others out of their fight scot-free. I just couldn't get you.
Honestly, I think at this moment, I think I might take you up on learning how to fight with a weapon. I never want to be trapped in a room with a group of melee fighters ever again. That was awful.
Yeah. I mean, next time, would it kill you to get trapped in a room with a bunch of them and then me?
If I can control the circumstances, I promise I will.
I'll do my best to be closer.
You gotta not beat yourself up though, okay? What happened, and I'm here and okay. No point in worrying about what might have been.
What was,
Know you
Ash,
too
not
well.
what might have been. What was.
It's around
I'll
this
do
time
better
that
next time.
Come back.
You're good.
Right.
Come back.
Right there.
It's around this time that I would return with some water, some towels, and dab that and give you a glass. I've also got a bucket and a mop.
That's smart. I drink the water like a toddler, just like full gulps and like a big at the end. Just like a bit of steam.
I'm glad to see you're safe. I assume Dante has apologized enough for all of us.
Nothing to apologize for. I got myself in my own mess, and it's my own lack of learnings that couldn't keep me safe. Things happen, right?
I think you know that we all would vehemently disagree, but disagreements are for the morning. Tonight, let me give you a little bit extra space, and I will wheel Riven out into another room. and mop up some of the mess. I'm a bit sick. Let me see if I've got any more curing ailments on me that I
literally,
can use.
once you are like wheel rivet out and then come back in with like a mop and bucket, I will just prestidigitation the floor clean so that you don't have to worry about cleaning it up.
You just see a
I
suspiciously
continue to forget
doll-shaped
about that.
pack of dust bunnies.
And I'm like about
You
to
just mop it
mop
anyway.
that up also. All in the same bucket.
Ugh.
Bye, doll.
This is how she goes out.
Goodbye, everyone.
Mopped up.
This is how I
Total
know
bucket
I'm
kill.
leaving this campaign.
Mm.
Take me away.
Mm.
No.
I guess I
Billy,
fall
can I
asleep,
get a
really.
long rest still from this?
Yes.
Should I wait to? Okay.
I
'Cause
think we're
I
all
already
resting
reset.
now,
I was
right?
like, I'm gonna get a long rest, and I reset everything before the end of our last session. So
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, I will say everybody can get a long rest. If all of you would like to take a rest, that is completely fine right now.
I
I'm
fall
gonna see if
asleep
I
in the middle of a
can.
conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be up for the rest of the time.
Okay.
I'm not willing to give myself that with a natural 5 on the dice. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I will not get my half of my rages back, and all I have is the short rest that I took earlier when I intended on. Well, when I did eventually at the end of that start moving to go get Ash myself.
I really need to get a spell that'll put you to sleep.
Good luck. Yeah, I'll be posted up.
Ash doesn't sleep because she doesn't ever sleep, but she
Mhm.
closes her eyes and lays down for a full 8 hours. But if anything is going on or anyone's moving, she is keeping attention.
I mean,
Because she doesn't sleep or dream. Poor thing.
yeah. I mean, he's not trying to be like, I guess he's trying to be quiet, but well, yeah, he's quiet enough that you're not hearing him that much. Just a couple shifts, but yeah, he's not gonna leave the room.
Right. So all of you are getting rest. Is anybody? I think I got everybody, but is anybody not resting, or is anybody doing like? I don't just mean sleeping. Like, is anybody like not? Is anybody like awake slightly at all? Like, could you pick? Besides Ash, I know you could pick. Yeah, right. Rotmeyer.
Rotmeyer is constantly awake. Like, I can rest, but it takes 4 hours, and I'm alert while it's happening.
Uniquely to this rest specifically, I'm awake. So.
Okay. Rotmeyer specifically, where are you at? Are you in the room with everybody?
No, I think I'll probably post up in the lobby.
Would Ash ask for you to stay?
No. If that is what you wish. And I immediately pack myself up and do
I would
my
feel
box.
safer if we weren't split. Please.
Of course.
And I check on Doll Puddle constantly.
For like breathing, however that works.
Yes, yeah, pretty much.
You're hearing like a dust eddy come up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like
Just like a
more of
bubble
like a mud pot.
of like,
Yeah.
yeah. Just a gurgle, just a big like every like few moments, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, cool.
To assume that is good news. We want gurgle.
Let's say
Can I
everybody.
check, are any of my pages in my book missing?
if you do a scan, like you flip through the book, you don't notice anything like out of place. Yeah, I would say nothing's out of place. Here we go. I'd say the group of you wake up, and as morning hits, you all seen Honori like leave the room, kind of midway through. You didn't hear like the outside doors open or anything, but you just heard her like leave the general vicinity. So it's just the group with you inside right now, and Riven, who was wheeled out to the hallway, so he's just right outside the door. But the group of you wake up to a, for once, not terrifying wake up. It's everything's calm.
I will rise from my pile of ashes like a grotesque phoenix.
Very cool.
Doll, do me a favor. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Grotesqueness.
Constitution. Okay.
Constitution.
Constitution. All right. That's fitting. 6.
6. You
were so confident in that number.
I got an 18 last time, so
6.
You were due.
Yeah.
You hear a voice, like just slightly, like you hear one word, like one sentence that's just make them never forget. And you see like little pink pulse go through. The pink pulse grow through Foley.
Do I feel anything with that? Or it's just like an intrusive thought?
You feel anger for like a second.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
I just kind of stand there like a totem pole processing all of this. Like, I'm sure I'm not as angry as I was, like, the night before. Like, before we went to bed. But, like, yeah. Yeah, I'll stand and process.
Was Doll
I will
feeling
say-
angry because of the voice, or
No.
or because of
It was
something else?
because Eliana gave me the benefit of the doubt and was very kind and was like, you would save everyone because you have a big heart. And Doll's like, I hate people. No, I would not. And
I hate
it just
you.
kind of pissed her off.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's-
Cool.
yeah,
Sorry,
where we're
I
at.
just was.
No, you're fine. I will turn towards you though and just be like, Ash, you are back, girl. I knew it like this whole time that you were just like just fine. That you were probably like kicking ass and like serving. I can't say that word on camera, but you like, oh my gosh, you're back. How are you feeling? You're on a gurney. Is that for convenience?
Yeah, for sleep. I don't want to worry Doll. Not that I know. I think that Doll thinks that they're friends enough that she doesn't want to worry Doll. So she's like, I'm okay. I got hurt, but I was saved by Inori, actually.
Wow.
And I made it out.
Well, do you need any healing, first of all?
No, I rested, thank you. I appreciate it, though.
Okay. If you need anything like restorative, like let me know. I have like lotions and potions and spells and all kinds of stuff. Where did you find Inori? I thought she was like dipped.
Inori found me
Where? At the mansion?
in the yeah, the mansion upstairs in the twins' room. Remember the band?
Yeah. Yes.
I ran in there to hide, but there was a bubble around the house that stopped me from leaving the room. Which, I mean,
That's-
Billy could have just put a locked window and it would have been the exact same situation because
Bye.
I'm useless. But a bubble around the window and I could not get through it, so I got trapped. Then Voltark and a couple of Synth Phelan spiders came, and yeah, they had
Oh my gosh, like
big
those abomination
knives. I'm
things.
sure they were knives or hammers, some sort of weapon. Yeah, I think they were abomination things.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, and they would talk in common, but like sporadically and all over the place. And then I think I like lean towards Doll so Tante can't hear. And then I think I nearly died, but then something happened. Do you
Was it the drugs?
remember? Maybe it could have been drugs. Was Dole there when we met the Halio friend? What was the friend's name?
Halio.
What was he?
Are you talking about, which one are you talking about specifically? So Halio is the one that you met.
The one
dream.
we apparently impressed in the trial.
The one that she was referring to was the friend that that all of you met during when Foxmoth ran into Lionmoth back in front of the tree. I'll give you a name in 20 seconds when I scroll through.
It doesn't matter. I give Dole the name that I know I have, and I give the description in case. It was very interesting.
That's crazy. So do you think, okay, so like, number one, I think like, okay. So I like think that like Brooke is like obsessed with you. Like it's like low-key like concerning. Like locking the windows like barrier to keep you in. She's got some big feelings.
She
And also,
definitely
do you
has
think
some
they,
big
like,
feelings. And I don't even know what I
big
did.
feelings? Some people just have vendettas. And
Truly.
you know, sometimes that's okay. But in this situation, I mean, like, at least give you, like, a reason, you know? Gosh, rude.
Exactly. Let me know.
Ugh.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've retaliated for things she's done, but, like, what did I do first? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. I think she's just jealous. You have it all, and she's
Could be.
like, well, I want it too. Yeah.
Oh, God.
What a pick me
Okay, I'm going to roll
bitch.
quickly at the you have it all. Oh yeah, that's a 7. So Ash immediately breaks down into tears. Is just sobbing.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll lean into Doll and kind of just like press my face into the soft moss on part of your like chest or arm or whatever. I imagine you've got something there.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Bones.
Fine.
Probably. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. My hair
It's like
is
hugging a
the
mummy,
padding.
kind of.
Yeah. That's good. You've got all that fabric still on from last night.
Yes. I probably smell like old lady perfume too. That's kind of like pomegranate like vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Are you what? Are you okay, girlie?
Thank you, Doll. You're so kind, and I appreciate all the beautiful words that you have to say, but it's okay. And she like begins to do the whole like, you're not allowed to cry, so pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and she literally has that like immediate, almost a casting of disguised self, but without any magic, as she goes from being this mess to just being exactly in the like the poised, perfect version of Ash that she likes to portray. And she's like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm okay.
Okay. That's okay. Are you sure? You're okay?
A little
Is there
on
anything you
edge.
wanna
I think I
talk
had a
about?
big night.
Definitely. Yeah, it felt like months that you were kidnapped. Like crazy. Yeah, it was a long night
It
for sure.
it did. It felt like a long time for me too.
Yeah, I mean, getting
But we
kidnapped
should.
is kind
What
of like
is?
its own thing. Yeah,
Did
scary.
we complete anything of our mission at all?
Yeah. Yes, we
Oh,
did. We bought Riven's bag, which is great. We
it is
found some
good.
spooky stuff in it. Yeah, there's like, oh my gosh, okay, so there's like more tea. There's like this like a potion in there that like sends someone back to their original plane of existence and kills them there. And we think they're gonna like use it to like kill Joltarian and wipe out like the Synthalon here. We think the Vanguard's like up to like some shady shit. Yeah, keep it on the DL. You didn't hear that from me, especially not here. But yeah, it's crazy. And then we found that Rakshasa. Do you remember him? Speaking of vendettas, my gosh, all of these people are just like connecting. It's like they're like in the same Facebook group or something. It's so wild. And
They
they
must
like
have a group chat about us. People obsessed with
definitely.
us. It's just
Yeah, it's like
Brooke,
encrypted
the
and everything. You know
Rakshasa,
that. Yeah,
Voltalk.
Brooks in
Yeah,
there for sure. Yeah, Voltark.
for
Yeah,
sure.
everybody. Um. So yeah, we like found him and like kind of like set him off, kind of. And then oh my gosh, just like so much happened. We didn't get what he lost though. We didn't find what Riven lost. Correct, Billy? Anyone
No,
who
you
I mean,
That was
the
the
bag was
Yeah,
what
that
we
was the bag.
lost.
poison and the weapon.
Yeah,
just the bag? Okay.
because the weapon's the important part. We're assuming anyway. And we did manage to kill one of Jiltarian's crew, knocked a head into a couple pieces.
Oh
but
yeah, we found
person
like this
who's
scary bitch. She
engineering
was
the
like,
lobotomies.
yeah, she was like
yeah, we
one of
have
the
Gears-
hybrids, and like, oh yeah, and we have Gear's body, and we have
Gear's
the pieces
body,
of that
yeah.
crazy lady in my bag of holding that we can like study if we want to. We learned that their buttons are all kind of janked up, but they do have like at least she did. No,
4.
Gear did like a self-destruct shutdown button that's been like pre-programmed. I don't know if that's the case with all of them, but like, yeah, it's wild. We found out some wild stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, similar to the shit that Jolt had, wasn't it? It's just more prominent because, you know, the
it was on like
lobotomized
the
ones are
outside.
being
It was
pumped full of
electric panel.
artificial
Electric panel,
enhancers and different things.
And you would think that if Joltarian, wait, Joltarian, Voltalk, which one?
Voltarian?
Jiltarian, we knew had the
Joltarian?
stuff on him from when we worked on him.
Yeah, but if he
beforehand.
had a self-destruct button, I don't think he would have let us poke around in there without a bit more warning. So maybe it's not
Sure.
a regular installation and it was a monster installation.
It was like
most
it's like
people
more
would have
like
a self-destruct button. It's
shutdown.
called their heart, so it's not that odd to believe that there'd be some button you can punch hard enough and they just stop working.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an emergency shutdown. It like basically like drains all the craziness. So like his body looks like normal now. It doesn't look all jacked up and crazy. It just like returned him back to his original state and kind of just shut him down. It wasn't like explosion. But yeah, so
not
we did
that we're in
that.
any
then,
like. I was gonna
I
say
see,
not that we're
I'm
in
on
any
a
hurry
roll.
to like jumpstart them. Yeah, you are. Sorry.
And then I set Brooks' warehouse on fire. And guess what was underneath all of it after we set it on fire?
What was
Your name.
underneath?
The smoke spite name plastered.
As in the previous
like,
owner of the business, or they wrote it on the foundations?
No, it was like they took over one of your warehouses.
Yeah, that seems to be the reoccurring theme. It's weird because we want to obviously do what we can to fix what's happening here, but it almost feels like we should be heading to the next place so we can get a jump on it, but it's so hard.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll be wanting to jump for a while. It seems like there's still a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's the skinny. So,
Right. What are we feeling about the what is it, the Planar Vanguard's plan?
I don't know. I think we're gonna have to, like, circle back with, like, Rotmeyer and see what he's thinking and feeling. Because he was our connection, so... I don't know if we want to give them back what we found or tell them. We are waiting for that one chick general to come back to, like, tell her debrief. Because there's that guy here, that guy. Can't remember his name either. Oh, there's so many people here, but yeah. So I don't know.
All right.
Sorry, I wish I knew.
I get Rotmeyer so then we can ask him what he thinks about this whole Planar Vanguard thing.
I'll enter around that time. What whole
Yeah.
plate of Vanguard thing?
The poison and the weapon to send Voltok back and everyone else back and kill them on their... Because I can... Wait. We were in the city. Do we know how Flair and Merlin defeated the last thing? Is that knowledge that we know, or is that stuff we don't know? I just need to understand before I continue this conversation.
I believe you guys did either a history or an arcana check a long time ago. The conclusion was that it was shut, the portal shut after, like, an implosion happened after the big white beast went back into the portal.
Back into... Yeah. So, it could be something similar to the big attack that happened. With sending them back, we'll also send back everyone else.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, that whole situation. As much as it pains me to say it, the plane of Vanguard, I believe, is not on the right side of this. We did promise them we would accomplish something. We did, but I do not want to enable their plans further.
Do we hide the weapon and the poison then and just give them information?
We must give them something.
Give him Doc's body.
We could give her over. Yeah.
You guys...
Is
Were we
it
getting
like
would
that
do
weird
anything with
this,
it.
or was it just like a favor for favor sort of thing? Why were we doing this for her? Or was this just like because she got us into the thing?
Because they didn't have anyone else, right?
Just a reminder, you guys did it so you can get closer to Joltarian originally, was what you guys mentioned the first time. Because the tickets got you into the manor, and the manor was where you figured everybody would be. The only other thing to mention is not a single one of you have that gun or the potion on you. To note.
Ileana has
Where
it.
is it?
Eliana had it last. And she's in a trance, but you don't see it on her immediate person.
Are there other
We could
are there other
for
Planar
her.
Vanguard walking around this place?
There's the Lieutenant Grayson. He's been in
Okay,
and out of the
so
building.
they didn't fucking steal something and run.
Not
No,
that,
the
not,
rest of them
not
are
that
on
you've
like a
seen.
mission. Yeah. Long-form mission.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's gone, then it's gone, then, right?
If it's gone, then that doesn't seem like the kind of item that just goes missing. If someone took it, then they wanted it back.
Yeah. It's important enough to be fought over, stolen. Yeah. We could. I still have like locate person.
I was
object,
about to say, you
creature.
read my mind.
We could do
Maybe
that.
we could see if we could find it, see if it's still in the building, or if it's gone, long gone.
We can also, I think I can cast it more than once. We can also look for Joltarian still, if we still wanted to go after him. I cannot imagine he's super far. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan to
Yes?
me.
Knowing
All right.
knowing what we know now, does it mean that Joltarian can't be killed on this plane?
If he does, nothing changes here. His people
Mhm.
aren't sent back.
But he
But
won't
we
die
don't know
either.
kind of like reinforcement he has.
I'm not.
I don't know. Maybe he's immortal.
I'm not sure that
That's
he's
true.
immortal per se. I just think that we know what, or we think we know what'll happen if we send him back and then do the deed. His head's just as detachable as the rest of them. It's just
Okay.
we're not entirely sure whether anything would happen after it's all done. That's the drawback.
Okay.
He's still probably not the best person to keep around. It's just we have to decide on what pathway we're taking to oppose him.
Mm.
He's still in charge of lobotomizing the public. We did.
Yeah, we should get the public on our side and turn them all against it.
I mean,
Mutiny. Is that only on ships? Is it only on ships if you have a mutiny?
I think.
Reason?
What is it here? I think it's called a coup here, Ash.
A
If it's on land.
coup. Okay.
Oh, you
I think
need
that's what we've
7
done.
coins to coup. Ignore me. I was playing that yesterday.
Ooh.
Oh
Okay, I'm
my
over it.
gosh. That's hilarious. Okay, well. Yeah. I can just cast
I love that voice.
locate. I think I'm like severely lagging. Did I miss something?
No, it was just.
You are. I don't know if anyone else is noticing, but sometimes you like talk, I can see you, and then I don't know where the volume all catches up or the video catches up afterwards. But yeah, no, sorry. I was just saying I love your voice.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Sorry.
Nothing but good stuff.
I'll try to close out some tabs. I think it's my network though.
You're fine. It's all good. Just send in love.
Okay. Okay, so locate object. What were we saying? We were saying something. You're very nice to say you like my voice. It's annoying. Tell me to shut up.
We were gonna either locate. I think your first plan was to locate. I forget who, but the second one was to locate Joltarion.
Yeah, I think the weapon or the poison. What's more important?
We can do both.
It's the weapon with the poison.
I am in favor of neutralizing the immediate threat, which is the existence of the weapon.
Okay.
At the very least, we'd know who has it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Joltarian
Let's
is
go for the
somewhere
weapon then.
here, but the weapon is a mystery.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, hell, if I'm able to isolate any of the people working underneath Jolt, then I don't think we're going to have too much of a problem dealing with them at a later time. So let's get the people that will be standing behind us sorted out in the realm of the Vanguard, and then we can work on getting rid of the Rakshasa who actually cares about you a little bit more than us now, Rotmire. And then we can work on the others. Whittling down until it's just Jolterion, or maybe catch him off guard by himself.
Let's find this weapon then, right?
Indeed.
Doke. So, I am going to cast Locate Object. It works within 1,000 feet of us. Billy.
You cast Locate Object, and you sense nothing.
Oh. That was disappointing. Maybe it's...
Where is it?
out of the realm?
So the spell failed.
On a different plane?
Could be also behind, whatever it is, like a lead box or something like that can stop the.
If an item is stored in like a bag of holding or something, would locate object
That counts as extra dimensional, yeah.
it could be stored somewhere extra planar.
Mm-hmm.
True. Dog,
Either way.
check your bag. Check it. Did you put it in there before?
Oh, what a goof! What a comedy of errors.
Yes. The DM just fucking with us and saying that it's nowhere to be found because it's just in a bag of holding.
That's funny.
Can't confirm it's not in your
We'll
bag.
have to
Did we
ask.
Did we notice anything overnight? No, none of us did.
I don't think so.
I was awake.
Yeah.
Me too.
Awake, but didn't hear anything, I guess.
Nothing that you guys noticed.
Alright.
We might have to
It was-
ask.
Also, we have a reoccurring member to go check in on. The one who need to give a actual heartfelt thank you for wherever she's gone off to.
Nori.
Inori.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard
That's
her
just-
leave last night, or was it this morning?
Last night.
Last night.
Oh.
I didn't hear her leave the building, but I did hear her leave the room.
I mean, if she's in the building, then that can be the first thing since we can't really find what we're looking for at the moment. So
We can still look for Jolterion, can't we? That's like the other target.
yeah, but Jolterion's going to be in the other district a little bit farther away. And if we're going for Jolterion, we're getting ready to be in a bit of a fight. Jolterion's not going to be in a talking mood with us, neither is anyone else.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, Miss De La Luna did a fantastic job of pissing off everyone that she talked to yesterday, and that includes, I'm sure of it, Brooke. And so I'm assuming immediately they're all going to be buddied up at the moment in one group. A little bit hard to isolate people when they're standing back to back. So again, let's make sure our ducks in a row of the people behind us with the Vanguard and with our Ash's savior before we
Run
head
slightly
for Jolts.
contrary to that. You mentioned that they would be back to back, knowing that we are here. This is not for nothing. We are formidable opponents, but I do not know if they fear us enough
Brooke
to rally the
definitely
wagons. at
doesn't.
least.
Brooke definitely doesn't fear y'all. She's just like that. I know the Rakshasa hates you. I don't know if he fears you. I kicked his brother's, sister, whatever's ass a long time ago. Wasn't that big of an issue. That's why I'm not worrying about them. But I mean, are you suggesting that going straight back to the mansion is going to be a good result for us?
Oh, goodness, no. All I'm suggesting is that I do not believe that they would be on the highest of alerts.
Brooke's a bitch, but she ain't stupid.
I do not know her.
Well,
I
what she
can't
got?
Imagine. Sorry, go ahead.
I think she's
What she
stupid.
got at the mansion? What she got at the mansion was a little old lady going in and running her mouth in front of her. Now, I don't know exactly what she said, but I do know it was enough for Brooke to beat the piss out of her and make her run away. And so if Brooke's beating the brakes off of someone, then she's at least pissed off. And as such, I would not be surprised if we're going to have an issue concerning her on the offensive, or at the very least on the alert. The rest of them, I don't care. Brooke, especially if Eliana let her mouth run a little bit too much, Brooke's going to be watching.
Yes. I have no desire to return to the mansion anytime soon. On that, I believe we agree.
Mm-hmm.
We had a hit list at one point, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, we had a hit list.
Yeah, the Vanguard gave
Hit
us
list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
People on the council to
okay.
isolate, find out what they're doing, and they didn't think that we could actually take on any of them, but Doc was one of them.
We did
Split
get
her
one.
skull open.
That was a 3-on-1. We weren't even at full strength.
Mm-hmm.
Were you trying?
Hmm.
I was saving my
Yes, of
strength. I
course.
don't know about you.
That's what I'm saying, is that we were not fighting at our full party's capacity. We were fine. They thought we could not handle them, and we did that no problem.
Maybe
Well,
we should
little
see if we can find more of them and slowly whittle down each connection so there is no more.
Absolutely.
That is why I think that it is okay for us to go hunt them down. I do not believe that they are together
No.
at the manor.
No, I think Brooke and Voltark might be together, but they were together earlier too, so that makes sense.
Hmm.
But I reckon the rest of them have split up and are probably holding up in their own homes, which I guess that's why we were supposed to figure out where they're from. But it's not going to stop
If
us
I
from looking,
may.
right?
We will need to
Yeah.
look. A more foundational problem I think we need to address is a secure and quick and easy access to the Lumina Quarter should we need to go. Going through the gates has proven to be an incredibly difficult task for us.
Absolutely. We need to just pick up this entire
We need to-
building and put it in the Lumina Quarter, so then we don't have to even come through the gate ever again. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe once we make it through one of the gates, we clear a house with a person in it, and then we take that house and make it ours. And that's our new
Little
base of
headquarters.
operations without having to worry about the without having to worry about the planar guard, or having to report back to them all the information, seeing as they're clearly not doing exactly what we're looking for,
Agreed. It might be best for us to make today the last time we are here.
I ain't against that.
Yeah.
Ain't against that.
If I recall correctly, Doll, you had like a tree walking thing, didn't you? Was there a reason that we couldn't use that before?
There's
just
no
no trees
trees.
on
Oh, yeah,
the
we
Lumina
would've
Quarter?
Looked-
We would have looked for
Yeah.
trees. I don't think we knew any trees, but now we might.
There's a do mushrooms count as plant life we can walk through? Is there a mushroom museum going on over there?
Oh, the Museum of Botany they did have, but we don't know if there are connecting trees. I even asked around the mansion, and there weren't any, just like cacti.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't exactly seen much plant life in either of the quarters,
Oh, that's
whether
true.
it's on the outer ring or the inner
This.
ring.
Yeah, there wouldn't be any plant
Did
life,
we-
would there? With the perpetual night.
Mm-hmm.
We could check the hole because we didn't escape through that. We escaped through the gate. And so maybe they haven't found the hole or dealt with it yet.
Worth
What hole?
investigating.
The hole that Riven made.
That's right. He got through too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that. It's
let's
good
go
first
check that
step.
out.
And then
Let's go look.
we're
right?
gonna do a stakeout.
Yeah, we're looking for what Jeltarian, Nishkelen, and oh no, 2 or 3 of these we don't want. Oh no, we could do Joltarian, right?
I think we could do any
do
of them as long
Voltar.
as we're isolating them. Voltark
Yeah,
is
anyone
They
the
can't
isolated
all
would
be
interesting
great.
one
together.
just for issues.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the planar issues. I'm not worried about any of them fight-wise. I'm just worried about if you're worried about the planar issues.
So how does
If we're not worried
locate
about the planar issues,
person?
then it's just go.
Yeah. How does locate person work? Do you need to be familiar with them, or can you just have their name?
You have to be familiar with them, have an object that belongs to them, and they
Okay.
have to be within 1,000 feet.
Okay.
So, I can use it 3 times until I need to rest again.
Let's see if we can get through the wall first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to bring Riven
Alright,
with
we're gonna
us?
sneak.
I mean,
No world
How are they?
do I ever want to bring Riven with us.
I don't.
Okay.
I
Oh,
don't
you-
think we want.
Do we?
No.
We don't know if we will be back here. Do we want to bring Eliana with us?
Yeah.
Assuming
Yes.
she's still trans.
We should
Should I
probably
just
wait for
should
her
I
to
just
wake
safely
up.
should I just safely pop her in my necklace and then that way we don't have to stress about coming back? Or do you think that is without consent? It's hard to put her in a
Damn.
necklace.
I don't know. I
Dangerous.
think necessity sort of demands some intervention
Dictates.
here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
cool. Because I was gonna say over that long rest, as long as Billy says it's okay, could I have resummoned a genie vessel, please?
So yeah, that's fine.
Cool. It is a blue gem instead of a red one this time. And it'll look completely different on the inside, but Eliana's the only one that can see it. So they can explore it when they wake up tomorrow, which will be fun. And so I bamf in there, I drop her off, sleeping soundly on a beautiful blue linen couch, and I pop back out.
Keep a little note to her forehead. Sorry, we had to.
Yeah, I say, this looks different, but this is Ash's genie bottle, and I staple it to her forehead.
Staple, Jesus.
No, I don't. I'm just joking. I spit.
Oh, Tannin
Just-
now. Oh, okay.
Nail it to
Better.
the door.
Yeah, no.
I can't
try
imagine
not
there's
to
anything left.
poke
of
around too
Riven.
much.
All right.
Yeah, and we're not bringing Riven.
No.
No.
Good. Let's go.
I don't even know how that got
Let's
into the
go.
cards.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything
I
left of
found
Riven to
it.
bring.
Yeah.
We wheel him back into the infirmary before we go, so it's not just in the
Yeah.
hallway.
We definitely made sure not to say any of this stuff near him.
In front of him.
For
yeah,
him to,
he's in
yeah.
a different area.
He's in a different room. Cool. Are we sneaking? Is it dark? Out?
It's always dark. Yep, always dark.
Ooh. Are there street lamps?
There are.
Oh, that's cute.
Interesting. Well, I
I'm
am
gonna change out
either,
of my-
depending on... Sorry.
Gonna change out of my pomegranate stuff.
So you're still in the
Feel
pomegranate thing. Right.
Do you think a ball of darkness will hide us better, or invisibility will hide us better in a moment of surprise?
I mean, they're gonna know the relative area of where we are if it's darkness, but invisibility will give us a chance
we
to
could
scatter
scatter.
if we need be.
Cool. All right. I wasn't sure how dark it was. I will then, as we walk, just like be ready, be on alert to cast invisibility on everybody else, not myself.
Are you guys going outside? Like, sneaking, like, through the front door? Okay. As the group of you walk through the front door, you look around for a moment, and you see on your left, Synthvalen are, like, gathering in what seems to be more of a kind of, like, there's, like, a little huddle of them. Like, you see as, like, a couple people start, like, getting more and more off in the distance to the left, and they're all staring at something, like, in the center. As you guys are standing there, you see a couple Synthvalen of different genders, different sizes, like, kind of walking. They all look... It's very hard for Synthvalen to display an emotion. You see a lot of them are, like, have, like, a face of, like, defeat or despair, as some of them look, like, shaken, some of them look scared. Some of them are, like, talking to the other ones as, like, they're whispering back and forth, and some of them are walking. But all of them are walking away from the Lumina Quarter and gathering in this circle.
Does it look like they are their attention is focused on anything?
The people in the circle, yes. The people that are kind of walking through the streets, their attention is solely focused either on the ground, walking forward, or talking to the person next to them.
Something must have happened.
Let's go take a look.
Couldn't have been us.
Yeah, I'm almost 8 feet tall. Can I just kind of see over any of them?
They're pretty tall. I'd say you have to get closer to be able to see over them at the distance you're at.
All right. Well, we'll make our way a little bit closer towards investigate.
As you start making your way a little bit closer, you hear some of the people walking by and going, they just came in the night. I don't know what happened. They're gone. And the other one says, it's for our safety. We know that. So, we'll be fine. And they keep walking as, like, another couple comes by and you hear, they told us, they said they're taking him to the guard. Yeah, I mean, Joltarian wouldn't lie to us, so it must be for a reason.
I look at the group. Should we ask further?
How many people are we going to have to squeeze past to get to look into this circle? Is it worth asking before we squeeze?
I'd say not many. You see in the center, there seems to be, like... Which one of you goes first? It's important.
I'll walk ahead. Why not?
Rotmeyer...
Yeah, I'm behind. I want to make sure I've got an eye on everyone.
Rotmeyer, as you...
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Moved your way forward, you see standing next to what looks like a smashed in clockwork leg. It's a little bit more bulbous. It's a little like large. It's like a large leg that's kind of like spread out, but you notice it looks like it doesn't look like a humanoid creature. It looks like wildlife, but it doesn't look like it just looks beat up like a robotic leg. And you see next to it is what seems to be like a massive synth phalin with spidery legs coming all the way off, with a large torso that's all synth phalin, looking like a peacekeeper. On the right side, you see what seems to be like an actual human, all the way in red cloak, like just red cloak all the way head to toe, and both of them are standing guard. One of them with like a neon spear, the one with the red cloak. The one on the left side is just holding like another neon weapon that goes in their hands. And on this clockwork leg, you see written in common, an eye for an eye.
Shit.
We recognize the leg.
Couple of us might.
I would say as you get closer, it is like a looks like a frog leg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh my god, oh no, oh god. Can we see the human?
The human is a guard. All you see is this leg, this
It's
detached
just
leg.
some dude.
Oh. It's not Argyle on the ground there.
Nope, it is not. It's just a
Does
big
it look like Argyle's
clockwork
frog?
frog leg. I would say recognizably, it looks like the mount that pulled the Spectre Spirits.
Yeah. Shit.
Oh fuck.
Well,
Who is this?
This is the frog that pulled the wagon we traveled on to get here.
it was our ride.
Argyle. Yeah.
You see,
Argyle should have left by now.
as you all are talking, the synth phalin with the like spindly legs like moves to the side as the one in all red clothing takes a step forward and says, "To you all, this is a sign as we begin the transition to the Veil 2.0. As Joltarian and the lovely Grandwaves have told us, all will be accepted, and the defense of Tarson Vale will spread across Belisar. Everyone will be safe, and the synth phalin will reap all the benefits." And these people don't clap or cheer, they just are kind of stoic and stabilized around in this group. And they say, "We will build a stronger guard. We will build an army for our hero savior, Joltarian, and his council." And you see the one in the red cloak takes a knee, and you see as the synth phalin like puts his spear to his chest. And the one that takes a knee says, "Let this sign," as he points to the leg, "deter all traitors to the Tarson Vale Empire. Joltarian himself left this for all to see." And as he nods, takes a bow, lets everybody have the moment to soak in the scene.
Still worried about the Vanguard being the ones doing the wrong thing?
Just a grunt.
We should move on quickly before the crowd disperses.
Yeah.
Before you guys
Agreed.
turn and leave, you hear one last voice. "Father?" as you see a young Synth-Phalan boy kind of make his way through the crowd as he looks up at the spidery-legged Synth-Phalan. As you see this Synth-Phalan look down at him and go, Our Lord Joltarian, our Lord Joltarian, as the younger one says, Father, it's me. And he puts a hand on the leg of the spider, and the spider leg kicks the boy back as he stays in place. You see as a female Synth-Phalan like hurries up and rounds the boy in and says, Honey, Dad, Father is working. Let's leave him to his job. As she's visibly terrified of what's going on. Even for a Synth-Phalan.
Do most people look terrified, or is it like a 50-50 split on like, yeah, get him, or...
There is no cheers.
Super down for Imperialism.
There is no cheers. The crowd right now is
cheers,
looking...
But there was a couple of people were saying like, Joltarian has our best interest, he wouldn't lie to us, and those types of things. Because I thought you said something along those lines.
There were seeds of doubt, but the words were, maybe this is for the best, but it didn't sound like they were cheering for Joltarian.
Should I say something? I could tell them to meet us later. We could talk this over and figure out a plan. If everyone's upset about this, that is the best place to pull heartstrings, I say, as I'm thinking about this critically, not emotionally.
I mean,
if you can remember their face, maybe we can find them when the crowd disperses.
Yeah. As the crowd is still full, can I weave my way over to the mother and son? And just like kind of stand behind them, and I just want to be like, I'm so sorry. I want to help. We want to help figure this out. I try not to turn around, but I will remember your face and I will find you. Where can I find you?
I live in the Commons in the lower city, and she like gives like a shoulder brush, like she's almost yawning, but not, they don't yawn, but she's like kicking her arm backwards towards what seems to be like a lot of buildings that are backwards. She says, You'd find me near the middle. I will be around one of the fountains.
Hey, we're gonna do our best to save everyone. And I'm just gonna disappear, like just shrink back down and just fucking run back to the group. Yeah.
That movie thing where one person passes in front and you're gone by the time they cross the street.
Yes, exactly. And then the camera pans around and I'm literally just clinging onto the back of someone's cloak, just like
Ignore me.
Yeah, you see my face through the flames of Rotmeyer's chest, just like ah.
All right. As the group of you make your way,
cover.
I will say, the group of you make your way out, and before we pick up to where you all get to cover, we are going to end tonight's episode and pick up next week. So stay tuned for next Monday as we return to our normal time. I hope everybody enjoyed, and stay tuned as we find somebody to raid very quickly. And on top of that, well, I'll say it once we find a cool raid. Boom, found one. Stay tuned for just a moment. All right, everybody, I hope that you had a great time tonight, and guess what? Are you ready for more tales?
Always!
Finally, thank you. Listen, leave me hanging. I say it for you guys. I don't say it for me. So, no, I'm speaking.
You say it for me. It's fine.
I do.
It's a requirement.
I do. It's on my checklist. All right. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned as we grade.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye now.